Hi Dimes. So as you can see, my eyes are done, and this is a tutorial that I actually just filmed, so you'll definitely see it soon. And it was super easy, super quick, something you can do in the morning before work, school, whatever, really quickly. Of course, you probably won't wear false lashes when you do the look, but anyway, this is a video about how I use Milk of Magnesia as a primer on my face to keep the oilies and the greasies at bay throughout the day. Now, I'm sure there are a million tutorials about this, and I've talked about it a lot on my blog, and I've also talked about it on my Facebook fan page. So I figured it was time that I did a video for you guys showing you how I actually use it beneath my foundation. Okay, so what you'll actually need is Milk of Magnesia. Now this is the CVS brand. You can use any brand. This is around $5 at CVS. It's a huge bottle that can last you forever. And I've heard that in the UK you don't sell Milk of Magnesia, but it's magnesium hydroxide. So if there's a product over across the pond called magnesium hydroxide, it's a saline laxative, look for it because you can certainly use it as your primer. And the tools you'll need is Milk of Magnesia, a setting spray of some sort. This is by e.l.f. It's $3. It's a tiny bottle, but I also have a blog post that I'll post below in the comment section about different makeup setting sprays that you can purchase. You're gonna need, I'm using a stippling brush, but you can honestly apply this using even like one of these spongy cloths or your fingers I've used in a pinch. Please excuse my nails that aren't done. And last but not least, I like to top this off. Now, silicone-based primers alone are not great for girls with oily skin. As you can see, I have oily and acne-prone skin. I'm see if this is in focus. I have oily and acne-prone skin. You see, I'm dealing with a lot of hyperpigmentation. I have a new pimple here that I got because I wore my Revlon Color Stay foundation and wore it to bed without washing my face, which always results in a pimple for me. But yes, a silicone-based primer on its own for me, or for usually any oily girl, will not work. But over the Milk of Magnesia, I really like the way that it kind of allows you to, it takes away some of the chalkiness that the Milk of Magnesia leaves on the skin. Now, there are tons to choose from. e.l.f. makes a silicone-based primer. Pretty much most of the primers on the market are silicone-based. But I like to use Monistat's Chafing Relief Powder Gel because it comes on as a gel but dries as a powder, which is stuff that you need for oily skin. And listen, it has a lot of the same ingredients you'll find in the most expensive primers on the market. Do not judge. Tabitha from Cheap But Chic was like, I am not putting that on my face. Listen, read the ingredients on the back of this bottle and compare it to some of your primers you have at home. You'll be pleasantly surprised. But use whatever primer that you have. So I'm going to show you how I use Milk of Magnesia on my face. So first thing is you can actually dump it into the top of this, and you really only need a smidge. Oop, and that's more than enough in here. You see that? Probably not, it's white. Then take your stippling brush out. This one's from Sonia Kashuk. Again, you can use whatever brush, whatever thing, anything you want. Fingers, sponge, what have you, cotton swab, and just dip it in like this. And then go ahead, and I'm like blowing on it. I'm just taking off excess, sorry. Taking off some of the excess on my hand here because you don't want to over apply because it definitely can get way too chalky. So you just need just a tiny bit, and go ahead and just get that all over your face. Use my mirror here. A little more on the forehead. Just a light, even coating of it on the face. And you let that kind of dry just a teeny bit. Okay, so you see that? Let that dry. And you notice it's not leaving, if you have like a bunch of white streaks, don't sweat it. Now, you can also do this without using that silicone-based primer on top. For me, I use that particularly in the mornings when I'm in a rush and I can't guarantee how much product I can actually get on my face, because sometimes I put on way too much and I'm like, crap, I don't have time to wash this off. And the silicone-based primer takes away that chalkiness. But here is the silicone-based primer. Again, it's the Monistat Anti-Chafing Gel. And P.S., listen, for those of you that are judging the fact that this is used for relieves chafing from moisture movement and shaving for inner thigh bikini area, my take on it is this, is your inner thigh bikini area is a very, very sensitive spot on your body. And if you're willing to use this in that area, then you should be okay using it on your face, right? Right. So take a little bit of that on the bottom of the stippling brush, and go ahead and just put that on top. I'm sorry, the lighting here is almost too good because it's not showing how chalky this is actually on my face, but go ahead, put it on. And if you feel your skin and you let it dry, you're just gonna immediately feel how it's mattifying so well. Okay, and then as you know, I use Bare Minerals foundation for my everyday foundation. I use it in warm dark, which is like if you're an NW45 from MAC, it would be your color. And to just cover up my dark spots, I'm using a concealer brush. But this is an Essence of Beauty concealer brush I got at CVS in a duo. It's got both the foundation and the concealer brush, and it's $10. And I'm not doing a full foundation routine with like highlighting and all that, but I'm just covering some stuff up here for you guys. And again, as you apply the Milk of Magnesia, it definitely, you may feel like it's a little bit white on your face. I first start with the concealer brush to cover up those dark spots that you see. Anyone else? No, that's it, right? So I just cover those up really quickly. And using my bigger foundation brush, which is basically the same thing as a concealer brush, but bigger, go in and finish this up. Now this is not a full coverage by any means. It's not gonna eliminate all the stuff I have going on my face. But for the purpose of this tutorial, just to show you how I use it. And one thing I'm gonna do is mist my face because I'm seeing how it's kind of chalky. So that's where the mist comes in. You just let that go ahead, penetrate. You can keep applying while that's on there. Gotta put the weave back. And if you want to top it off with a little bit of a face powder, and again, on camera it's gonna look a little bit crazy at first, but trust me, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. If you want to put, I'm using this CoverGirl Queen Collection powder, which is a little bit light for me, I have to say. It's in the color Golden Dorado, and it's a pressed powder, helps to mattify the skin. And there you have it. So it's a little bit chalk, it's a little bit like boom, because I just put it on. As you'll know with any foundation, it's gonna look like that at first, but you just keep misting to help take that away, and it'll be fine. Like it'll blend in, it'll sink into the skin, and you'll be completely fine. So that, Dimes, is how I use Milk of Magnesia as a primer.